Hey everyone, it's Michael here, and have you ever wondered if the current credit cards in your wallet are discontinued? Well, I'm not trying to frighten anyone. More than likely they're not, but recently I actually looked at a list online of discontinued and rebranded credit cards, and rebranded credit cards such as the Spirit Airlines Bank of America World Elite MasterCard, which actually got rebranded to the Free Spirit Travel More World Elite MasterCard, or even discontinued cards such as the Chase Slate card. So I will leave the list that I found online in the post after the video, but feel free to study it as well, as there are hundreds of rebranded and discontinued cards on that list. But for this video, I will discuss a couple of discontinued cards that are not accepting applications anymore and maybe might be in your wallet. So let's go back in time a little bit, around the 90s to pre-COVID. If anyone recalls, if you're traveling abroad like Europe, internationally, one thing was very prominent was credit cards with the chip and sign feature, which basically meant that when you would swipe your chip card internationally, you would require a signature. So hence the arrival of one card that's been discontinued is the Barclays Arrival World MasterCard, which is one of the first cards during this time that had that chip and sign technology. And it came with a nice $20,000 points for a sign-up bonus and $1,000 spent in the first 90 days. That is equivalent to up to $220 in statement credits that you could redeem. And it also came with a $0 annual fee. So on to the perks and multipliers of the Barclays card. It's pretty simple. A 2x multiplier on travel and dining, 1x on everything else. And for the points that you can accumulate, you basically can redeem it for 1 cent per point when applied to travel accommodations such as airlines, hotels, timeshares, etc. You can also redeem your miles at a half a cent per point if being used for cashback or gift cards. And also a bonus perk for this card when you do redeem it is you get a bonus 5% towards redeeming. So for example, if you have 50,000 miles to redeem, you would get a bonus of about 2,500 miles or $250 back to redeem on your next redemption. So let's move on to another perk here. The card has what we call a $49 credit to TripIt, which basically is an application that kind of organizes your travel itineraries. So basically you just send your email confirmations to the app and it kind of organizes it in a nice flowing schedule basically. It has certain protections such as an rental auto collision waiver and then actually extended purchase protection warranties as well. Pretty nice, I would say. Also, one thing to note is that it has this weird perk of complimentary upgrades, which is pretty incredible. From apparently if you have economy class tickets, you can get that complimentary upgrade to business class from select airlines. Wow, that sounds great. I don't know if it actually works, but I couldn't find a data point on what specific airlines that apply to. Anyway, let's move on to why it was discontinued. Well, let's think about it here. As technology got better, the chip and sign thing kind of went away, and lo and behold, here came contactless payments, mobile payments, all that yada yada, and that kind of killed this card at least. Another thing I think about too is that competition got much better over time, and cards such as the Bank of America Travel Rewards card and the Discover It card became just a better card in general, perks, multipliers, and thus came the extinction of this Barclays World Arrival card, which you still have, but can't get it anymore. All in all, it's a fun card to discuss, and just wanted to pose these questions. Does anyone actually have this card? Are they using it? And let me know in the comments below. Have you ever wondered why Citi does not have a premier travel credit card in their arsenal? And no, I'm not talking about that Citi Premier card. I'm actually talking about the Citi Prestige card. So this credit card from Citi actually has not been accepting applications since 2021 and is actually considered discontinued. The last known and sign-up bonus for this card actually was at 50,000 thank you points for 4,000 spent in 3 months, and even had an elevated sub-offers in the past for 100,000 thank you points for targeted individuals. So let's move on to the multipliers here, as this card boasts a $450 annual fee, with the 5x multiplier on airlines, dining, and travel agencies. Very nice. It's got an elevated multiplier of 10x right now, promotionally, for a 10x on, we've got hotels and rentals and I think specific attractions till June 30th, 2024. Without the promotion, it's got a 3x on hotel and cruises and then 1x on everything else. So let's move on to the perks here. And it's got the 4th night free perk, which basically means you book a hotel reservation for 4 nights and you get actually not the 4th night free, but actually an average of the reservation. So the average of nights and you get that value back basically. So it's not 4th, it's actually the average value basically. $250 travel credit. Couldn't confirm these 2 data points if this is through the city portal, but that's my guess. And then the standard $100 global entry TSA pre-check, which is a standard perk of Premier travel cards. It also includes some protection purchases, such as cell phone, where you can get protected up to 5 lines, and you can get insured for up $1,000 per claim, or $1,500 per 12-month period. And as you know, it's not a travel card without the power of Citi, and it can use its miles to be transferred to all the 16 airline transfer partners. So the power of the Citi Prestige card. So let's figure out why was this discontinued. Well, I'm going to think of a couple of reasons, at least based on what I thought. First, I think competition as well, as this card is very similar to Chase Sapphire Reserve, but doesn't seem to provide as much perks. I didn't see airport lounge access. That's interesting here too. And then I also think another reason it got discontinued is because, like I said, when it stopped accepting applications in 2021, you know what was happening back in the day? That's when Citi was introducing the Premier card, and I think they wanted to go the route of pushing that card out as their newer card, a cheaper card as well. And segueing to another reason is there's also data points showing that they weren't making enough money on the card because what the annual fee, which is $450, but the statement credits really helped out the consumer. $250 travel credit, the 4th night free, and the global entry TSA pre-check really brought that effective annual fee to basically, let's see, 100 plus 250 plus whatever you can do for that, maybe $200 for the 4th night. You basically can cancel that annual fee with the credits. So unfortunately, that could be the reason for Citi, as I think it was monetary competition and too many good perks. So just like with the Barclays card, just wanted to pose some questions here. Did anyone actually has this card or use it or discontinued it? I want to know because I've seen stories about Citi Prestige, but I didn't know if it was discontinued until I started researching it. But please let me know in the comments below. And so I really appreciate everyone watching and get to the end of the video. And like I said, if you find this content useful, please slap that like, share it to anyone going forward. So I really appreciate everyone watching, and let me know what you think about the credit cards I showed today, and if it was any use of you, really. As I say in all my videos, life is short, travel more, everyone. Have a good day.